Hello, knife enthusiasts from around the world. Welcome back to another episode of One More Barlow, One More Beer. This is episode 4. This is your featured beer from Georgetown Brewery. It's an Indian Pale Ale. It is called You'll Get Nothing and You'll Like It. It's very good. It's pretty interesting. It's got a little beaver with hockey sticks here. I don't know the story behind that. 6.9% alcohol by volume. It's a good IPA. So to the Barlows. This is budget Barlows. I have a couple of Frosts, a few Queens, because I have a story behind these two. A Rough Rider, my only Rough Rider, a Marbles, and then a Novelty Knife Company. These are all budget, under $20. My last episode, I did go over the Frost, so I'm not going to go over them too much. I did want to include this one because if you watched the last episode, the shield fell out in the middle of the episode. I have since glued it back, and it's in there nicely. So this is the Ocoee River by Frost Cutlery. Really nice blue pick bone. I wanted to include this also again. It's got the sparkles. This is a Steel Warrior by Frost Cutlery. And it does have half stops. Most of my Steel Warriors have half stops, but I'm noticing a few don't. It's a really cool one. I do like the big, unstamped, clean bolsters on these. These two were $9-10 range, maybe $11 max. So I just did a video on my Queen Brown saw cut series, and I was delving into it a bit, but didn't want to get into it too heavy. But these are both Barlows. You can see the different tones. Like this is way lighter than this, which is kind of cool. I do like the lighter one better. Anyways, point of my story is I ordered this one from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. And Randy's WSG, he had one like it. You notice how the pen blade is front here, so it makes it a little tricky to get to the main blade. You can still get to it. Walk and talk on this one's great. I noticed that Slip Joint Sawyer had gotten one, and his was like this. The main blade was on this side, and I asked him, like, what the heck's going on with that? And he said, well, Smoky Mountain Knife Works is listening, and so they changed it. So I ordered one. What did I get? The one that I didn't want. Unfortunately, when I got this one, see if you can see it, there's a crack back here by the pin. And it was really bad. It was flayed off and very sharp. It could easily jab you, and it could have just cracked all the way. So I took some pictures and contacted customer service there and was like, yeah, I got a defective one. There's a big crack. Usually I wouldn't mind, like if it was just like this, but it's very sharp. And so they decided to send me another one. They sent me this one, and luckily it's the one I wanted with the main blade out front. So what I did with this one is I filled that gap with some super glue. And I took 600 grit sandpaper and sanded it down so it's not sharp or pokey anymore. So you can still see a crack, barely, but I was just concerned about being sharp. I mean, it was unusable. So this is a very decent Barlow. The old style Queen. The main blade back there. I do notice it has better action than this one that I got. So I'm sure they vary by batch. A lot of my Queens, it's getting better. I think it just needs to be worked in a little bit more. I've cleaned them and lubed them. Maybe the oil needs to go in. Pen blade has amazing pull and snap. Very good. I can't even remember what I paid for these. $13. Well, you notice here, one of my taller queens, or longer, I think it's longer by just a little bit. I mean, I can compare them. This one's like almost 3.5 inches. And this one's just a hair shorter. But there's a noticeable difference. This is the winter bottom bone. And it has no threading here, and the bolster shape is different. Of course, it's starting to tarnish already. Budget. So I want to polish them up. But it's a very nice Barlow. Main blade is on the show side. There is no shield on the winter bottom bone. You can see how the color varies from side to side a bit. The side's a little bit more tan brown. They do, though, have the queen steel etched into the main blade here. And 440C. Great steel. That's why I keep getting these. I think this was $12. Really nice, unique Barlow to have in the collection. So Queen has some really nice offerings. I think some better offerings than Rough Rider. Rough Rider, most of them have the big R stamped in the bolster. They don't have any half stops. The pole's pretty weak. They did have this, though. The cinnamon stag. It is fake stag. It is like inked, manufactured by the robots in China. It's nice. This is a single bladed one. Blade's perfectly centered. Carbon steel, and it has a half stop. I think they're about $15, $17. I think I got it for $15.30. I'm not seeing any gaps in the back spring. It's really nice. The only downside to this is the black rubs off. If I sit here and rub it, it's going to rub off. It almost looks like a lot of it has rubbed off already. Unlike my other cinnamon stag by them, it doesn't rub off. Great sharp blade, carbon steel. Like I said, can't go wrong for $15. The pole's not the best. Not super strong. I'd say it's about a 5, 4.5, 5. It's got a decent snap. A nice single bladed Barlow. Marbles, you probably have seen this one a few times. This is the ram horn. It's got a pinch front bolster, single threading. Really nice ram horn. It's got the bomb shield. This one, main blades in the back. No half stop. It's got the reversed ram horn etching on it. This was cheap. I ended up picking up another one and giving one to my friend, because I think these were on sale for $9, maybe less. And I thought, well, you know, even though I might have a minor gap and doesn't have the best pull, it's a really nice Barlow for $9. And then Novelty Cutlery, they have these. You can find them at Smoky Mountains, I think, for $6, $7. They're plasticky. This is like a kind of a tin bolster stamped. You can feel the pins. They're probably a lot cheaper because I guess we can compare blade stock here. You can see the difference in blade stock. This is way thicker, and this is super thin. They're cheapo little knives. Nice little novelty, but it did come relatively sharp. And it's got, you know, like the Bomber Girl on it. Bombshell Barlow. Can't remember the name of this one. I think Randy WSG has the same one. Made in China. But $3.70 had to include it in this video of budget Barlows. So there you go. I think I already explained it. Got this one. They did not ask me to send it back because Queen is owned by Smoky Mountain Knife Works, just like they own Rough Rider. So I just went right to them and asked them, and they sent me another. So I got two for the price of one. and I was able to fix this one. Do I have favorites? That's really tough. The queens are incredible, and I'm really particular to the Ocoee River by Frost. Now, it's not 440C, it's just 440A. Blade grind's not as good, some recurve, but very nice Barlow. This one, it could be better. If it was like real bone and it had a stronger pull, this would probably be the winner. So thank you again. Didn't even drink any beer this whole episode. For joining me, episode 4 of One More Barlow, One More Beer. Have a great night, guys.